if you look at all the gacha games right now, there's a big problem, alright? All the action RPG games, they are all waifu focused. So if you're a dude lover and you are trying to enjoy, how many of you guys would wish for an open world that is focused on the husbandos? It's like all dudes, right? It's like all dudes. No need for waifus here and there, right? All dudes, right? I just started playing Snowbreak and already I feel I'm being treated like a good customer. Damn, good customer. So if you guys feel that way, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. So this essay is written, by the way, it's written by a waifu enjoyer. Before you guys say this guy is a gay or he's a daedom, this person is a waifu enjoyer. Although we don't really know the gender, alright? It could be a daedom, could be a she, her. Don't really know the gender. But you can't accuse this person of being gay because clearly it's a waifu enjoyer. Alright? So let's see. What does this essay has for us to elaborate? First of all, let me make something clear. I love waifus. In all the gacha games I've played since 7 Nights, alright? EOS. That game already died a couple of months back. My favorite characters have always been female, with a few exceptions for male characters. Alright, even so, I've always appreciated both husbandos and waifus, not caring much about gender or appearance. If a character is cool enough, has a nice story, or a good design, and attention to detail, I will pull for them. Alright, that's just how most people are like. Gay Yuri. You can imagine the shocking and perplexing experience I had when I first encountered people who actually cared about characters' genders. That was completely alien to me, and I didn't engage in any fandoms either. Now I'm used to it, but I still get pensive when I see people dismissing both waifus and husbandos and generalizations to fit their limited criteria and pushing their waifu agenda. It's okay for people to have their preferences and bubble worlds, but personal experiences aren't the entire truth of the world, just as mine isn't, obviously. It's like some people can't enjoy things or even mention a silly, goofy demand. If they do, user will always comment on how useless, ugly, and unnecessary the existence of the character, gender, etc. is compared to their favorite waifu or husbando and how little that character sells for a company. I get really confused. Now, the reason why people like to comment on stuff like this, how a character can, do well or not, is because people compare this to Genshin, for example, and there are some data that backs this up, obviously, but it's probably not just one factor, right? I don't strongly believe that a character can sell well or can sell bad based upon just the gender alone, right? It's going to be way more to it than just the gender, right? The skill kit matters, the story matters, the entire interaction between this particular character and the other ones matter as well. So probably there's like 10 millions of factors. Maybe not 10 million, but thousands of factors, right? Alright, so getting straight to the point, the gacha industry, like any industry, is bound to change sooner or later, as we can see from the trends and monthly revenue of current games on the market. Since Genshin Impact, which was a driver for the next generation for gachas, Genshin Impact, the next gen for gachas. Right, if you think of a next gen for gacha, Genshin. Alright, don't even say Wuthering. So next gen for gacha situation, mainly due to the COVID boost. Again, with the COVID boost again, alright. There has been more variety in character writing, designs, and other elements that make them compelling. This includes male characters as well. Alright, cool, very interesting. There's more diversity, and that seems to upset some people, while others endlessly demand things that at this moment aren't foreseeable for companies to profit from. This is mainly due to the interests of those companies, not just demographics. However, that doesn't mean we should diminish reasonable demands. I'm pretty hopeful for those of us who enjoy all kinds of characters and would like to see even more variety in high-quality gacha games. Variety! Now, variety is good, right? But it does depend on the demographic as well. So, if you play the game for the, for the huge, for the waifu, how is adding variety of putting dudes in there going to help you? Like, you want a different variety of waifus rather than different variety of like waifu and dudes generally, right? The individual got a point. Diversity, don't tell Twitter. But again, it does depend. I feel like at the end of the day, it also comes down to what they want over there in their home country, not just what you want generally in global, right? Because I feel like if you go to look at the market in CN, for example, you look at Japan, look at Korea, wherever the games are, probably like there are more money to be made right there, sadly, right? So which is why most of the time a lot of things are going to cater towards them. Nikkei is going to be full of dudes. Hope not. I hope not. But hey, if they want to put dudes, you know what? That's what it is, right? Probably they can do it for an April Fool, right? Why not, right? For fun. But I don't think they should be like a character that you can basically obtain and, you know, use. The title, Open World Gacha, Open World ARPG Gacha focus on male characters, not otome by the way, is just a distant idea projected into the future. It's not impossible, though as many factors could make it happen, and I'm hopeful that this could become a reality for those who would like it. I certainly would be happy, just as I am when I get the waifus I want. Not only for a gacha game like that, but for many other types as well. If you want a gacha game that's focused on male characters and only male characters, and it's not otome, I think it's really hard. Because the entire perception of or concept of gacha games is on the character itself. And I think it's hard for you to not focus on this aspect of it. If you're not trying to include any sort of fan service at all, I think the game is just not going to do well in general, right? Rule 63 April Fool Special. Anderson playable? Why not, right? Some people like 0 upvotes. Yeah, he didn't quite get the upvotes that he was looking for. He didn't quite get the encouragement from the dude Husbando lovers. But sometimes, you know what? That's what. Let's read some response, right? Final Fantasy 15 did it first. Okay, that's true. The problem is that, trust me bro, OP believes the developers must follow other people's agendas instead of being themselves. He could always create his own game. Okay, very, very interesting. I just don't understand why so much of this post is dedicated to talking about how you're totally one of the bros or something like that. Are you trying to win brownie points? If you think leading with that will prevent people from being toxic towards you, it's not going to work. Mainly due to the COVID boost, you people gotta stop with this BS. Instead of wishing on a post, maybe provide in-depth statistics and reports of how a game of such scale can be possible so people can support you. Find revenue reports, trending periods from CNJP and KR of male banners, and how they perform. Link active groups that want more males or male-focused games. Until that, this post is just crying in words. I agree with this. I completely agree with this, right? There are people that cry a lot about wanting dudes and stuff, but at the end of the day, they are just in my super minority, right? Sadly, that's what it is. I wouldn't play a dude gacha if it isn't otome, to be honest. Yeah, so if that's the case, it might as well just be a mixed gender, right? It might as well just be a both ones. I will hope, because suddenly adding dudes in waifu games and vice versa will just confuse their player base. Yeah, which is why it's better to just have both from the beginning. But right now in the gacha market, I think it's because it works, right? Like if you look at most of the games, most of the action games, at least, right? It's already, the market has already been set for you. And it's like, it's pretty much that's how it's going to work. There's money to be made right there if you put more waifus. Now, now people are going to bring up Love and Dead Space. Love and Dead Space is a different genre. It's not going to be it's not an action RPG, right? Or it's not a turn-based. There's no turn-based that are super successful like Love and Dead Space. So that's going to be like one of the few anomaly or the few exceptions, right? But again, you know, maybe we'll have one in the future. But sadly, that's not going to be the case because gaming in general is still generally a more, I don't know, I feel like it's more male dominated probably, right? There are some girls that probably like to play games, but I'll be curious to look at like generally the statistics generally, right? For all of this stuff, very, very curious. I don't get why people are so baffled at this person. Because a lot of the things that he say doesn't really have proof. Like this particular you know, sentence right here basically just explains everything, literally.